When the lab coats say these rifts could destroy the entire galaxy, that doesn't include the main menu, right? Geography.
Live, love, laugh, purchase, and consume with Ant. Choice.
Commander, I have news. His message was suitably vague. I suspect he fears the Consul's eyes. Bringing our findings to Virgil will hopefully... I only hope it dis...
Just heard back. The higher-ups finally decided to just bury the corpse of that vigilante.
Glad there are people out here like you. Gives hope. Both of us, well, we're forever in your debt. Ah, before I forget, here. This is for you. Thank you ever so much for freeing my father.
My friend from Placid Waters. Appreciate you fetching the pitch ball Millie got me. And of course, the escort out of there. Though mostly, the pitch ball. Wonderful, wonderful. So good to see Millie again. Don't know how to do anything here, but I can sing to my heart's content. You heading out? Do take care. Again, much obliged.
Thought of Prudence as a neighbor. My boy had lost all his spark when he got back from mental refreshment. I thought...
If it inflicts grievous bodily harm on other people, Spotted!
Careful, friend. Reckon there might be a few loose raptidons wandering around. Not that Auntie's choice of rivals for a raptidon.
It's silent as a tomb. I hope we aren't too late. If Virgil's not about, he's like to be in the train. There's a lift that will take us lower, located behind the door next to those stairs.
Tristan! It's a relief to see a friendly face. Do come up.
Virgil! Ah, thank the architect I found you intact. We visited the Supreme Arbiter's office in Central Control and found something impossible.
Impossible? Why is it impossible? So that you may claim ignorance as to the truth of what you've uncovered? Fine. If you're still so thick-skulled, Tristan, then I can see I've no choice but to confess. Hold. Do you hear movement?
Attention, Arbiter Virgil Montag. Under the jurisdiction of the Council, we stand to bring you low. Do not resist.
Damnation! I knew the Sentinels were looking for me, but I did not expect they would come to this place. We have no choice but to fight. I can operate our turrets from this location, but you must engage the Sentinels head-on to prevent our being overwhelmed. Go now!
Arbiter Montag, lay down your arms. Surrender and die. It is the duty of every protectorate subject to keep
Those fools were but an expeditionary force. I've no doubt the bulk of their number remains on the surface. I shall take an alternate path to prepare a surprise for our would-be assailants. Then I shall flank them as you engage them.
Hold. You were beginning to say something before we were ambushed. I would care to hear it.
We cannot have this conversation until we are safe. Engage those on the surface and I shall join you. Go now.
Adversary vulnerabilities identified. Go for top of the kick. I have a fix on their weaknesses.
You have my thanks and my answer. Virgil, enough! Our being at odds with the Consul is one thing, but that was a small army! What have you done?
You already know whether you're willing to admit it or not. Do you sincerely have a need for me to spell it out before you'll face the truth? Very well then. Tristan, you stand before the murderer of the Supreme Arbiter.
I don't believe this. The Consul must have captured you and sent you to mental refreshment. It's the only...
Open your eyes, Rao. Those Sentinels were here with due cause. The elimination of a murderer. The Supreme Arbiter was planning to send a message in her final moments, pledging allegiance to the Consul. I did what I thought was just.
No. You lied to me?
I had to. I knew that if you learned what had transpired, why I did what I did, it would destroy you.
Would it? Or were you just trying to save yourself from my wrath?
with the demands this war has made on us all, I've not seen our mentor for some time. My visit was meant to be a surprise. Unfortunately, it was. I overheard her decision to align herself with the Consul before she realized I was there. This admission, I had no choice but to act.
But there was a choice. Why didn't you come to me? Together we could have come up with something. Some other course of action.
Because I didn't want you to know. I never wanted you to learn the truth because I feared you'd lose your faith. No. Sentinel Peralt's remarks were the first I'd heard of any secret room. I feared what you might learn there, so I scrambled to find an agent who might locate the room before you. I only had one contact who I knew may be able to do the job. Obviously, he did not succeed. I was pleased to learn that my decision did not result in his death, at the very least. That is news to me. A junior arbiter judging Tristan. I can't imagine you let that stand.
Killing one of Arcadia's future arbiters over a singular breach of rank would have been most tragic. But this is not the matter we're here to discuss.
How dare you! I would have rather done anything else. But the explicit reason that I had to act was out of my loyalty. The Supreme Arbiter did more than mentor us. She all but raised us as her own. There was not a step we took that she did not watch. A fact we know that she did not teach. And I killed her. As a traitor. Damn you. Damn you 1,000 times. How can I not bear remorse for the slaying of one I considered my own kin? No matter what I do, I find myself reliving that moment whenever I close my eyes. Her sin was unforgivable to the Protectorate, but The Supreme Arbiter taught me that the Protectorate is the only family any of us would ever need. Yet, I have found little comfort within it since her passing.
I cannot believe what I am hearing. You know that I have to judge you. There's no other choice available to me. You're right. You're right. I can't let emotion get the better of me. This is not the first time we've encountered the paradoxical nature of Protectorate law. Each time we did, you convinced me to stay my hand, and I do not regret those I spared. Our prior conclusions inform my present feelings. I theoretically understand what Virgil did, for there was no proper decision he could make. But I cannot view this objectively. Virgil killed our mentor. It's madness. I cannot simply let that stand. Can I? My hesitation is more reflective of a weakness of character. One does not hesitate in the Protectorate. One acts. What's right is right, and what's wrong is wrong.
It is in the Protectorate. There are protocols that we must follow no matter the cost.
The law is clear on this. It is explicitly illegal for an inferior to execute their superior. The issue must be accelerated to a higher authority. But is addressing traitorism not the utmost priority of any arbiter? Is not the betrayal of everything we stand for more significant than a breach of protocol? The Supreme Arbiter taught us that conscience has no bearing in our role. But I I suppose she has given me much reason to question her teachings. I cannot bring myself to execute my sworn brother. It could be better if I did not. I cannot be sure this path does not fly in the face of all I believe, or speak to some weakness at the depths of my being. I know not what to make of the Supreme Arbiter's betrayal. I'll have to ruminate on it for some time. But that aside, I forgive you, Virgil. You are spared.
Wise choice. You'll sleep better tonight, I swear. And every other, forevermore.
Would that I could forgive myself. I shall have to live with what I have done in the name of the Protectorate.
Virgil, you should take comfort in doing what was right. The Supreme Arbiter was a traitor. I believe her execution was just. And you should as well.
Just in the eyes of the Protectorate. But we've forever lost our mentor, our friend. And, I might add, if the Protectorate had its way, you or I would presently lie dead as well. How can I see the morality in a system that demands brothers, guardians, friends kill one another in its name?
Stop! This is already near too much to accept. I refuse to be browbeaten on top of everything else. Allow me to reach my own conclusions.
1,000 words of thanks for meeting me here, Tristan. I know not what the future holds for us, but for the time being I must make myself scarce. Though, before I go, a parting gift. May Tristan make use of it better than I.
Go with the Sovereign's blessing, brother. And be careful. If you survive today only to be brought low by an agent of the Consul at a later point, I shall be most annoyed. Commander, this has all been draining. I need... Commander, I've had some time to process what transpired with Virgil. Despite the manner of what Virgil has done, I cannot help but be glad I did not need to slay him. I can only hope he does not run afoul of further Sentinels. I still have much doubt about my path, but I don't believe Protectorate law is as ironclad as I once thought. Having good intentions does not spare you. Doing what you think is right does not spare you. This cannot be justice. Yet what can I do? More than 100 years of Protectorate society cannot be changed by a lone body. Can it? But how? I see. I must follow my own path, my own sense of right and wrong. I can only hope it has been cultivated properly. I shall remain with the Protectorate, interpreting its laws through a moral instead of a punitive lens. Innocent until proven guilty is a novel concept, but it is worth a try. A drunken, disorderly subject once struck my faceplate with an electrical pitchball stick, resulting in a concussion. My head pounds worse now, but my heart feels lighter. When we began traveling together, I was not sure what to make of you. But your input throughout our time together has been invaluable. I deeply appreciate your hand in this investigation, Commander, and in entertaining my incertitude. Let us move forth to free Arcadia from injustice.
Moment of your time, Commander. Remember that matter on Cloister I mentioned earlier? Well, since we're here and all, thought we might take it up now. Might be hard to believe, but 20 or so odd years ago, for many years now, a former colleague of mine's been in a remote spot called Reasons Pass. On account of, I try not to think about regret or remorse. I shut down her work. I was wrong. Stating that out loud is the furthest extent of my self-castigation. Her research was unconventional. Do appreciate it, Commander. See that spire? That's the archive right there. The archive.
Not the most hospitable climate. Keep an eye on your fingers and toes.
Hold. We're presently observing a ceasefire with Auntie's choice, but its duration may be subject to sudden reversal. Would hate for you to get caught in any crossfire. See that giant glowing structure in the distance? However, I'd caution you to give it a wide berth. The Archive's under Protectorate control, and they mean to keep it. You'll not gain for every problem. Ultimately, it's the leadership's call, gathering data on the enemy's movements and behavior. Cloister, if you're looking for a way to help us out, I recommend heading to Laplace's garden. Follow this path and you can't miss it. Avalanche collapsed part of...
I find your proposed time frame leisurely. Unaccountably so. But going? Happy to chat for 0.07
You know,
seconds. Oh, time's up.
you strike me as someone with a very small body of public work.
Takes all sorts. Have you at least determined the cause of the avalanche?
Are you going to be a problem? Because I have a solution that requires very little computation.
Test your hypothesis elsewhere.
For that rift near the... Halt! The Oracle Laureate sent ahead to expect someone matching your description. However, he said nothing about admitting questionable... allies. Cultist. Agitators are not permitted inside Laplace's garden. Your companion will have to wait outside.
How'd you like to find your insides waiting outside?
I find that an improbable outcome were we to engage in violent conflict. Laureate Beckett did impress the importance of not delaying you. Very well. Head on in.
Agent, I have a... Oh! I was not expecting you to be in the company of a cultist.
A cultist and her extremely sharp knife. Shall I introduce you?
No, that won't be necessary. Where was I? Oh, yes, I remember now. On behalf of the Order of the Ascendant, and her impermeable wisdom, the presiding Bishop Ruth Bassar, welcome to Laplace's garden. The presiding bishop is presently indisposed, but I've been instructed to direct you to the Artificer Laureate for whatever pressing matter has brought you to the garden. She's working in Belvedere Hall's secondary courtyard. Enter the large building at the top of the mesa ahead and follow the first hall on your right. Oh, yes. The vicar did ask me to direct you to him. How positively forgetful of me. He should be waiting for you in Belvedere Hall's main courtyard at the top of the stairs. The Artificer Laureate is head of the Department of Applied Scientism, overseeing the exemplars. Oh no, not at all. The presiding bishop routinely spends time in a sensory deprivation chamber. Of course, she does seem to be logging more hours in the chamber. The rest of the Laureate Council is... Look around you. I don't see a all conflict is those in the garden have but now may all...
This place smells like... science. Or maybe that's math.
Smart researchers patronize the scientists.
Welcome to the Scientician Surplus. I am the Scientician in question. Any inquiries about the stock may be... Of course you would.
Agent, over here. Ah, there you are. I was informed by Gertie you've agreed to help us reconvene negotiations. With your aid, Auntie's Choice and the Order will soon be rivals no longer. Just think of all we can accomplish if our two sides reject fractiousness and combine our efforts. Remember, seek out ways to help both sides. Engender trust. Gertie and I. In the meantime, I might recommend you work on honing your oratory skills. Our presiding bishop and Auntie Cleo can be challenging to debate with.
Sake, is it? Industrial science is mostly theory, they said. You won't have to put your knowledge into practice for years, they said. Now the fountain's broken and I can't... Useless. I'm useless. We had an avalanche recently, not far from the dome. One of these fountains stopped working around the same time. Stands to reason something must have been jostled loose. I recently placed into the industrial sciences, so I've been entrusted to fix the issue. But I've never had to put my knowledge into application before. It's not going well. You must be an agent of the architect. The panel here controls the intake and outtake for the fountains. I'd start there.
I've got your numeral. Keep moving.
A second makeup exam will not be offered, so I hope you studied this time, Briar. Do your own research.
Did you know around 1,000 species of bacteria live on human skin? Fascinating. I did indeed. But always nice to make the acquaintance of a fellow philomath. At any rate, I am quite conscious, merely waiting. I have no idea. Sometime last year, I predetermined an occasion of momentous import would happen today, right here, at these very coordinates. Indeed you are. All figures have value in the universe. Leslie Beckett, Oracle Laureate, Seer Supreme. Forgive me if I don't shake hands. But now if I don't suppose you've stumbled upon any of our excogitation chapels, our order residencies prior to the war. So in these unprecedented times, oh no, I couldn't, by my reckoning, the amount of logs to be collected.
All stock is certified field ready.
Every day. The operating theater is not conducting viewing dissections at this time. That is not an invitation to return to your study and perform exploratory surgery on yourself or a willing volunteer, just to be clear. Not as concerning as some of the scenes I have been called to in the middle of the night. I assure you, the warning is justified. But I trust you are here for a reason other than to discuss...
Strange to see all this vacant space after the overcrowding at Matriarch's Mercy. Plenty of room for refugees here. If only the Order administrants got their act together.
How did your hypothesis about the flowers fare? Hello. Farewell.
I can tell
Thank
have
you for
little
this officially
crossover
compact
of
conversation.
interests.
The Chamber of Conflict Evaluation and Strategic Planning is currently off limits to not.
You. I don't know who you are. But if you thought it wise to bring a cultist into the heart of Order territory, you are deeply foolish. I have not the slightest theory as to how you bypassed our guards. But if it was through violence, be assured, it will be returned exponentially.
Exactly. Though, to be honest, I was thinking of filleting.
I shall be the judge of. There is a cultist-centric issue.
If these cultists are suffering the same affliction of being traitorous curs as the others seem to be, then I look forward to killing them. I don't know about all that. As much.
My task. Once there was a bridge stretching from the settlement to the archive, but it was destroyed by a rift. Best keep your distance should you. If the Order could predict the future infallibly, my mentors would be alive. All that journey to Newton. May you...
You're lucky the commander needs something from you, or he'd be...
No admittance without the Artificer Laureate's permission.
Come back later.
Hello, stranger. Mercenary. I do so dearly love residing in a nest of traitors. I cannot leave. My sovereign-given task is to bring the Order back into the Protectorate fold. But now it seems as if I must also...
Hate is an inaccurate phrase. I find them arrogant and exasperating. Without the Protectorate, this little organization would have no holdings to squat in. I am here because the Sovereign has tasked me with bringing these wayward, pretentious toddlers back into the Protectorate fold. Unfortunately, my time here has... I am not just anyone. The duty of a liaison is of the utmost importance, requiring due diligence and delicacy. Though I suppose it a mite strange that this task fell to me, as I'd urge the vehement tanning of any wayward body bent on disrespecting the Protectorate, which would now include the I had reason to suspect anyone who didn't side with the Sovereign will... I've proudly that... But my hands quaver with age. Listen, you. Niceties are irrelevant.
What is with the anomalous behavior?
Use caution as you progress. There's been reports of Persepods in the area.
Mortificator at any status. Recharge the mayhem! Mobilization in progress. Mitigating the threat.
Appears we've dealt with all of them. That's possible.
Soldier, please assess your pain on a variable scale of 1 to 100. 1 being entirely pain-free, and 100 being the worst pain you can imagine.
There is...
No lectures, please.
It has the Auntie's Choice logo on it, but what even is this thing? Oh, architecture service.
Damn Auntie's and their propaganda. Take this, you piece of poorly designed refuse!
What? Some
Resorting to violence. Check your scopes for combatant analysis. Enemy spotted.
A vital cog.
The dual ground limit goes.
Maintaining Doors outside.
Combatant scan.
Maintaining perfection.
They always come from that big building across the street before they open the gate.
ushered from existence promptly and without further ado. First, it was Auntie's choice, then the Protectorate. After that, some damned cultists. I don't even know what group you hullheads belong to. Don't care either. Your motivations are relatable to me in only the vaguest abstract form. If you possess any of those... Proceeding to
Fortificator is charged. Check your scopes for combatant analysis.
If you're weirdly intent on dying for nothing, it's yours.
Target analyzed. Lay down fire.
Wait, that's not who needs to die? Is it Marisol? Is that you? Get in here before any more of these hullheads show up. Marisol, you're here. That is assuming you're not some sort of enigmatic mirage or baleful apparition. Yes. Should be plenty of wonderfully dangerous items in here. I thought I would never see you again. It's been what? 19 years? 20?
21 years, 5 months, 6 days. I've kept up on a few former colleagues.
A few? Right. You retain a different admirer in every port, I'm sure. Oh, wait, I'm being rude. Forgive my atrophied social graces. I shoot most of my visitors lately. I am Anaïs Bujold. Welcome to my backwater ramshackle abode.
Seer Anaïs Bujold.
No one's called me that in, well, you know exactly how long, apparently.
If I'd realized this was a formal visit, I'd have worn my fancy killing clothes.
Charmed, I'm sure.
Yes, she is.
Oh, you know clandestine sorts like Marisol. Always so slow to warm. I am an unredacted file. If you have any questions, ask away. I was developing a means of sidestepping much of the presumed requirements to solve the universal equation, using a series of reasoned shortcuts and educated postulations, filling in certain blanks. Trillions. Theoretically, it would hurry the process along so it could be solved in our lifetime, but it was unorthodox. Risky if taken too far. I knew the Council would judge it mathematical heresy, so I attempted to work in secret. Eventually, I was discovered, excommunicated, sent here.
Others facing similar charges were often transferred off-planet, then simply disappeared somewhere along the way.
Yes. Fortunately, someone interceded.
Yes. with ample time to think, I've come to recognize I made an error.
Really? That is, an unprecedented statement for you. But do go ahead, I'm listening.
The last 20 years, the Order needlessly, heedlessly stumbled. First, Antes invaded, then the Protectorate. We lost the Archive. Twice. Had your work continued, I believe we'd have remained closer to our true path. If I had ignored the Council's command. It was a mistake. I miscalculated.
If not for you, I'd be dead right now. And you were right to shut me down. My research was dangerous. A serious threat to the entire universe. I know this for certain now. I've run the numbers. Repeatedly. Had to do all my calculations long form, free of computronic assistance. Wouldn't advise it, but I've been here on my own for decades, and I remain a reasonable statistician. I calculated what might occur if my work was completed, and there is a troublingly high, statistically significant chance of things ending. Everything ending. I mean, microbes, mantisaurs. Soltuna might make it, the resistant little buggers. But anything capable of higher order thinking would be gone. I understand how that sounds, but I have spent years checking and rechecking each and every variable. I assume all my notes and calculations were destroyed years ago.
Anais, I'm afraid it's not that simple. When we shut down your work, it was quarantined, not disposed of. The Order stores all avenues of study deemed dangerous near here at a facility in Winter's Grasp. Unorthodox notion reclusion.
Of all the bureaucratic... No. Poof. Winter's Grasp is crawling with Anti's choice. A full unit just moved in. Marisol, will you... Can you...
You're asking me to infiltrate a covert installation to...
I might need a little time to ready this place.
No, you should...
I foresee a 4.7% chance of me complying with that. But fine, no use... Oh yes, I'll stay put here. That seems exceedingly likely.
Hostilities aren't sharp enough. Hostiles nearby.
Adversary vulnerabilities identified.
on their weaknesses. Mobilizing. Back and scan. Target analyzed. Lay down fire. Combatant scanned.
So, you folk just drop into a war zone, find an empty building, and set up shop? Isn't that dangerous?
Yeah, pretty much. And yes, very. But the profits are worth it.
You aren't afraid of getting, I don't know, robbed? Or killed? Or probably both?
Tell me, is the reason you're here because we have decent food? If you kill or rob us, you'll be stuck with rations forever. Don't shoot the hand that feeds you. If you're looking to buy, head inside. Just don't cause any trouble.
Come in. Let me know if anything catches your eye. Let me know if you're looking for anything in particular.
Feel free to use the workbench. Just don't break it.
Investigating hostile intentions. Stun weapon ready, Commander. Check your scopes for combatant analysis.
What a massacre. We missed it.
That'd be Spireton. Was once the Order's headquarters on Cloister. Afore all this. for torpification. Do try to limit further damage, Commander.
Welcome, intrepid consumer, to Auntie's Choice territory. The wonders of winter's grasp lay ahead, though do stay on the road. The ice caves conceal all manner of dangers.
Trooper. Trooper! Hayes! Hayes, can you hear me?
Hayes, your family is depending on you.
I've no fair ideas of how to proceed, White. Nothing we do seems to garner the... Yes? Can I, wait. Welcome, potential customer, to the majesty of Auntie's military might. Normally, I would be at your service, but I'm dealing with a situation here. It's really none of your...
Sarge, maybe they can help. The two of us are certainly out of options.
And who'll pay them for the assistance? You? Very well. The issue is our compatriot, Trooper Hayes. He seems to have some kind of break or shock to the head, and he's, well...
Same sucker, bad habit blocker. It tracks every movement like a hunting death stalker. Try a gross habit, it sucks and...
He's that.
Ever since the attack last night, he's been unresponsive and communicating only in jingles. The artillery bombardment was particularly heavy last night before the assault began, and the rounds shook the ground so badly that our lantern flew off its hook on the wall. Hayes put his hands over his ears, lay feet on the ground, and after the only thing that had come from his mouth were jingles. Old archaic jingles, ones I haven't heard in years. We must rouse him back to sanity. He's their sole earner, and should he be discharged, just the cost of his family's lodgings on the claim is more than enough to bankrupt them. Yes. Well, maybe. They're the kind of sales roles you take when you're young, before you reach an age to become a real earner. All right, I guess we can do that. Hayes, I'll take 5 bottles of Calorie Killer, please.
Absolutely. I have a whole sales sampler full of all the calorie... what is... Was I just trying to sell you something?
You don't remember? He's been wandering around singing nothing but jingles for almost 2 whole days.
Poppycock! I don't even know any jingles by heart.
Well, I'll be damned. I absolutely cannot believe that. Thank you so much for your help, stranger. We didn't know what we would do.
Our FOB at the bridge has been totally isolated from reinforcements. We were assaulted so quickly, we couldn't even begin to respond.
50-Bit says that plan came from the Archive itself. They're feeling shockingly well.
Maybe a strategic plan would have been a better use for it than making more money. Maybe it's won by now.
there, go-getter. Say, have you ever considered the benefits of becoming a semi-confidential, unpaid informant for Auntie's Choice? Breathe once for yes. Field Agent Auerbach, proprietary inside acquisition. Our team's presently out. Say, you look like some sort of rogue former member of the Order. Maybe you could tell us what this place is supposed to be.
Me? Part of the Order? Oh, no, dear. I assure you, I simply share their love of sweeping cloaks and science.
Would you happen to be familiar with this campus? We're not entirely clear what it was. If not, I might politely inquire what exactly you're doing here. That seemingly unimposing edifice over there? Lost a few peons in there. Place is full of deleterious traps devised by Order, and at some point we'll work up the nerve to return. Been scouring all the other buildings clean. Yes, I see. You'll be laughing your face off. Ah, well, suppose we'll let you in. You might just... Alternately, if you manage to find anything, assuming you don't die, which in that case, we'll probably just retrieve it off your corpse. Either way.
Got some test sprats volunteering to jump into that meat grinder, I see.
You're new. Don't seem like another one of these trade secret vultures either. War means nothing to them, you know. How about you? Know there's a war on, don't you? You here to help me win it? Oh, been out in the field. Thing is, our local forces are in something of a... Said camp is situated betwixt here and points to the north. Excellent. If you're agreeable to other work, I have... A Sub Rosa finagler operates out of the Port Authority built. Sub Rosa works with both sides. Understood. But I want to know what she's into with the Protect. Look forward to...
That whole place is one big death trap. You want in? Be my guest.
Huh. Wouldn't be here to deliver news of my transfer going through. How might I help you? Of course.
Oh, a customer. You have needs. Got a good supply of just...
Nothing but grand. Look no farther than Praetor. Not the most picturesque. A dank glow in the dark.
I call dibs on looting your corpse.
Oh, look who finally decided to appear.
Anais, you're not supposed to be here.
Events prove otherwise, don't they? While you were taking your time arriving, I found a way inside these corporate drones haven't discovered. I've grown rather adept at sneaking in and out of these so-called restricted areas unseen. peeked around a little, they've conveniently posted signs where various types of dangerous research materials are stored away.
Leave it to the Order to rigorously catalog everything.
Burn-down initiation is listed on the top floor. They destroy materials through immolation there.
The research will be in reinforced containers, so enlisting the facility's own incineration measures would be prudent.
I saw signs for heretical miscellany, time-wasting contrivances, detrimental cognitive enhancers, and prevaricated hypotheses, in addition to cataclysmic ends.
Anais, stay here. Please.
I expected such to be your attitude.
I am not doubting your abilities. Quite the opposite.
Fine. Go. I uncovered a vent in that office.
I'll hang back a moment while you do. Wriggling through vents is a young person's game after all. We'll stay here. You find a way to disable these fences.
Research studies prove that disengaging from complex tasks for a time to engage the mind in unrelated challenges has downstream beneficial effects for problem solving. Thus, our department attempted to design a series of stress-reducing educational challenges to facilitate these efforts. After some light early successes, we refined further and received results beyond our wildest intent. Soon, members of other departments were idling away at our offices for hours, absorbed with what soon became known as brain puzzlements. My personal productivity was quite adverse.
Hello? Someone there? Hello? Help! Please!
My eyes.
Thank the law somebody came by. I've been rationing my anti-Cleo Borst rockets, and you know what? Your tongue turns black if you eat them all week. Might concerning, since it's all I have. We was sizing up the place, well, the lobby, when our boss ordered us to find an off switch for them traps, which required us to negotiate through or around said traps to do so. A bunch of the others got killed. I got stuck in here. Boss left with the rest. You think you could get me out somehow? Like, right about now, even?
Hold on. You're not even remotely considering releasing him, are you? A trade secret vulture from Auntie's Choice? Free to roam in a building full of Order secrets? Just consider for a moment. We're here to keep dangerous research from spreading, from falling into the wrong hands. I certainly wouldn't want Auntie's Choice obtaining research related to cataclysmal ends, or monetizing prevaricated hypotheses for that matter. At the end of the day, it's just an Auntie's Choice auxiliary dabbler. Hardly a cute little woolly cow or something. That's actually a valid point. We shouldn't forget who we are, and I suppose I'm not who I was.
I don't understand what you two are talking about, but it sounds positive, I think.
Do whatever you think is best here. I still don't completely agree, but I trust your decision.
I promise not to, blow up the universe. Or, whatever it is you two are worried about, I guess. Can you let me out now, please? Can you let me out now, please?
You're young, Miss Fry. You can handle that.
Phew. Well, that's a relief. Didn't think I'd ever get free. No thanks to you, ma'am.
Be grateful you're not on fire.
Don't have to tell me twice. This is all the bits I have on me. Not much, but thanks. I'll be out of here as soon as it seems safe. We'll stay here. Who let
left this vent open. Security around here was tighter in my day. Did I read that correctly? Seemed concerning.
Hate to be the bearer of bad news, but we've got company in the form of an Auntie's Choice patrol. Seems their representative wishes to parley.
Don't shoot! Like she said, I'm just here to talk. Believe I've pieced together what you all are up to here. And I am willing to offer a mutually beneficial arrangement. Why, you did indeed. And we are exceedingly grateful for it. Spied the signs on the way up. Our team has a keen interest in much of the research stored here. But cataclysmic ends, which I presume you're here to destroy, don't like the sound of that at all. By all means, burn every last trace. But let us keep the rest, and you'd benefit as well.
The idea of any Order research falling into Auntie's Choice hands is utterly abhorrent to me. I advise a rigorous refusal, as in no witnesses.
I could hear that, you know. Hoping she's not your main negotiator here. Oh, nothing particularly heinous. We may conceivably utilize some information in the possible formation of potential new products. No harm to you, or anyone.
Can't really predict how Auntie's Choice would market heretical miscellany, but I could easily foresee them rushing detrimental cognitive enhancers to market.
Consider it a deal. No need to shake, as I've taken the liberty of making a quasi-legally binding surreptitious transcription. Or will claim to have later. If it's all the same to you, I'll just dawdle here while you complete the process. You know, in case you change your mind.
I'll prep the burners and make sure we have no more visitors. Burners are lit. Control board is activated. Commence the burn down process.
Well then, that seems sufficiently... No half measures from the Order. Say what you...
Excellent. Well, a deal's a deal.
Never pegged you as such an opportunist. Perhaps I should be relieved Auntie's Choice didn't get anything universe-threatening.
My original notes and research are...
I'm sorry, but I saw on the terminal that an external party gained authorization to study it. There's at least one set of... Give me some time. I'll find them.
What do you need from me?
To go on and live your life. Around other people, not...
You can't possibly expect to leave me behind...
Why don't we burn that bridge when we get to it?
Pleasure doing business with you. I can see we deeply appreciate your assistance in further expanding the ever...
Suppose this is goodbye. No. I reckon... Been... interesting to see you.
So we're good?
Oh, I wouldn't go that far, but... good as ever. A new cause comes up and you take it on immediately. Whoever you are now, whoever you're going to be.
Goodbye, Anais. Thank you kindly. I think I am. Appreciate your support. Been a spell since I could rely on anyone. Ah, Anais snuck something by me again, didn't she? What was that last? I suppose you remain on my good side. May the plan favor us again.
Do carry on.
Can't somebody loiter about a protocol without someone casting assuming glances their way? I know a presumptive look when I see it. You can't tie me to that. I'm just standing here. Wait. All right, I'll talk. 6 or 7 months ago, some Auntie's Choice clock puncher made a shipping error. Sent a few crates of failed grafting materials here to Cloister. You know that grafting program they used to have? Where they'd give some hapless hullhead a big monster arm, torn off one of a bunch of different deadly creatures? These crates arrived full of rejected Crabograft parts. Sat untouched for months till I found them. And I thought, little rebranding, but I'm getting to that. Yeesh. I met this Protectorate officer. Smug as all get out. Naive as the plan would have it. I told her I got a shipment of, she agreed. Bought a few crates on the spot. Promised to send word when she needed more. I can't take full credit or blame. I simply misrepresented misallocated materials for... Here's an audio cartridge with all the details. Those troops hear what they've been eating? I don't know what'll happen. Don't mention it.
Any news from the field? Any further learn anything useful? Ha! A base opportunist after my own heart. Here's a little something for...
Standing by to stupefy.
Enemy spotted.
I am out! Knocking them down. Mitigating the threat.
The Protectorate in...
Camp cleared. 2 more, and anti-supply lines will be connected. I have a fix on their weaknesses.
Disruptive influences!
Combatant scan! Yeah!
Torpificator at ready. Adversary vulnerabilities. One more, and anti-supply line will be connected again. Check your scopes. We're taking the bite out of them. Torpification in progress. Replenishing my fire.
There's supply lines now, and we can get...
Check your scopes for combatant analysis. Mobilizing. I have a fix on their weaknesses. They're below, locking them down. Adversary vulnerabilities identified. Only we had a device for closing rifts, like the one we found on Praetor.
Commander, glorious dawn up ahead. Probably best to turn back until I've sorted whatever treachery has undermined my status within the ranks. I'd welcome the bloodshed, but that's not going to get me my answers. I'm not just saying this because I take great joy in the killing of those who have betrayed me, but we should find some Glorious Dawn camp so I can send a message to my old friend. What? Sorry. There's something you wanted to converse on? Simply that as much as I'd welcome the bloodshed, it may be wise for me to avoid members of the Dawn until I get their treachery sorted.
If we're bound next for Newton, might be wise for Azza to head back to the ship.
Though I'd also point out that if I can resolve my problems with the Glorious Dawn, then I may be more effective in Newton. Whether that be through diplomacy. Excellent.
Any news from the field? Well, excellent. Good show. I'll rest a bit easier tonight. Not as blissfully oblivious to our struggles. It's a pleasure doing bit.
Still too many corporate bootlickers drawn.
Talk with the guy behind the counter if you need something. I'm just here to help.
Feel free to use the workbench. Just don't break it.
To limit further damage, Commander. Check your scopes for combatant analysis. Go for torpification. Combatant scan. Vulnerabilities identified. Resorting to violence. Target analyzed. Lay down fire. on their weaknesses. Mortificator is charged.
I'm alive. Who needs to die?
Poser science cult encampment ahead.
My brothers and sisters, the Architect has honored us with this divine rift. In the name of the Architect, we are tasked with defending this glorious gateway from the heathens and ne'er-do-wells who would see its magnificence sullied. Remember, any who die defending the rifts, the greatest of the Architect's creations, will find themselves reborn in perfection. To die in their service is not a mark of shame.
Investigating hostile intentions.
Vulnerabilities identified.
Ratcheting up my aggression. I have a fix on their weaknesses.
Who needs to die? Finally. Maybe now I can get to the truth of this kill order nonsense. I just need to check our comms device for a coded message from my old acquaintance, Severin. I knew it! He wants to help me find out who's behind this. I sent a reply telling him to meet me here on Cloister. It's not too far and should be safe. I found what I was looking for. No need to continue messing with the Dawn's communication devices.
gone. Nothing should work that way. No matter how often the data is verified.
Excuse me, I don't...
Salutations. We've been doing our utmost to find ways to manipulate this rift or extract data from it. Unfortunately, our efforts have been ineffective thus far. I suppose it's too much to hope for, but would you, perchance, happen to have any practical experience with... Wait. Actually, this isn't some jest. You'll have to forgive...
All the items we put into the rift, they've been reconstituted.
But in a state far different from their original configuration. Damn it. It's reverted to its previous state. Is it a failing of the device or an inevitable effect of the passage of time? Perhaps the architect has imposed certain limits on the rifts.
Fascinating. It seems gravity doesn't apply to the rift, but it somehow maintains...
Open again, quickly. Record all the relevant data and take down your observations. Again, it has reverted. Timing seems similar to the last state change. But is that indicative of the properties of the rift or of the device? Architect above. That was incredible. From observing, it seems to be using some kind of energy burst generated by a magnetic field to re-deregulate this. That's quite ingenious. The rifts are unlike any other phenomena heretofore observed. Would you consider allowing me the opportunity to open the casing and examine the inner workings? Thank you for the demonstration. It was most enlightening. You have given my team and I a... It seems rifts do not fit cleanly into our... Hurry! Assistant, activate the monitoring equipment and take readings. Reverted again! Infuriating!
I don't know you, but you, I do. It's good to see you.
What is wrong with you? Boy, damn it! Did they mentally refresh you?
No, let's just say I'm well lubricated. You tried the new Prestige gin? It helps when you have to do something you really... Yes, there are a bunch of sentinels in hiding. When I give the word...
Not before I mentally refresh your brain pan with my knife.
Maybe I deserve to be. I didn't want to do this. I guess she summoned me, knew of the message I'd sent, said I'd ruined everything. To save myself, I'm sorry, Asa.
Absolutely not. We don't need his help. We should just kill him and get on with the Sentinel killing. You make a compelling argument. No need to waste our time killing yet more...
But you're basically just asking me whether I'd like to be killed by you or the Sentinels. Because when they figure it out, they'll execute me. And thank you.
What an idiot. I can't believe I thought of him as a friend. I can't believe she betrayed us. And the whole of the... Well, once I find her. We do know that she was in league with the Sentinels, though. Lots of killing, I'd assume. I stole their access codes when I was younger, but never had the nerve. I did mention all the killing, didn't I? What of it? So were a lot of people. another way across, perhaps? One that doesn't end in our...
Stun weapon ready, Commander. Getting the purification in progress. Target analyzed. Vitals are in the red, Commander. Check your scope for combatant analysis. I will restore my life or avenge my death. Target analyzed. Lay down fire. Combatant standing by to certify. I have a fix on their weaknesses.
I'm alive. Who needs to die?
The Oracle Laureate hoped that sending me into desolation would mend what he saw as wounds in my mind. The first few weeks were horrible. Grief dogging my every step. Nightmares of my murdered colleagues. But then, the nightmares began to ease, and the grief ebbed away. What replaced them is emptiness. The Order speaks of humanity becoming something more, but their words are insufficient speculation. There is nothing more to be. Only dust and death, and the rifts await us. Those rifts, I find the absolute annihilation they offer oddly soothing. Perhaps I will make one last pilgrimage. One last journey on the path from nothing to nowhere.
Welcome, distinguished consumer, to the front lines of
Welcome, big spender.
You must be who Huguenot contracted to deal with the protector dilemma. What would you expect to have done with your time?
Here I have you to thank for my transfer going through from Winter's Grasp. Anyhow, I'm grateful. Not in a free good. How might I help you? Of course.
The scrappers are getting closer and sniffing around at night.
Welcome to Angie's Choice.
I would rather have them
To your
scavenging than
inevitable
attacking us.
acquisition and
So
order.
Hey, not our scraps. Go away!
No! It's our stuff now.
Resorting to violence.
Aggressor at hand.
There is none. Mitigating the threat.
Trouble it is.
Check your scopes for combatant analysis. Ratcheting up my aggression. Proceeding to attack. Fortificator at ready status.
It's an Auntie's Choice signal. Probably some kind of SOS. Not my area of expertise. Inez would know for sure. For sure. preservation a priority. Back in the stand. Target analyzed. Lay down fire. Lovely day for a coup, dear. As you wish. Yes, Commander. May all...
Whoop, this must be the place Ortiz mentioned. Hard to fathom a lab in those caves. Are you hearing this? It's some manner of distress signal. Encrypted. One of Auntie's, I'm certain, but this one ain't entirely familiar to me. Well, the executive's not to do with the lab. What in the void? Law, I think I've seen enough death to fill 3 lifetimes. And it don't get any easier. What happened here? He spent his last moments crawling over to this terminal from the wreck. Sorry, friend. Wait. He's got a code breaker on him. Let's see. I'll be... Damned. That powered up the elevator. Signal's stronger than ever.
Hello? Is anyone there? I have been signaling for help incessantly. Come quickly. I'm trapped in my office, by the foyer. The others, I fear they might have lost their lives at the hands, claws of escaped beasts. Mind yourself.
That's him. That must be the doctor. He's got no idea an entire squad...
Warning. Zeranium hazard ahead. Corrosion in this unit may occur. Help. Your request.
What are they doing in this place? Ain't no purpose for this. This clear disregard for life. What's... Hola! Ortiz? No. No, it ain't him. I thought... Commander, help me make sense of this.
Common causes of loss of vision may be attributed to the following: inflammation, disease, aging, and trauma. Seek immediate aid if you experience blurriness or spots.
I had a notion of what I might encounter here. Law. My heart just about stopped when I saw him. I thought Ortiz had come back, gotten himself in trouble, but... No. This man, whoever he is, he's been dead for 2 weeks. Law. And Void, damn it, this poor man. All of them could have been me. That ain't true. I knew what would happen should anything go wrong. But they gave me hope when I had... Suppose I've always known something to be true, though. If it's folk like us, all that matters now is my aim's steady, if that... I'm sorry. I'll be...
cannot let my genius be wasted here.
Boy, damn coward. We'll see how you beg when we're face to face.
Mechanist Tate speaking.
Terrible way to end the workday.
To show that I have reported many times that these pressure valves have fallen into disrepair. Only to be ignored each of those times. And now I'm out here in the voided cold, attempting to stop this leak from getting worse, and... What was that? Stay back, creature! Blast that doctor for locking the catcher in the gun safe! This is when I need it! Maybe no.
What wretched work. Poor creatures ain't got an idea what's in store for them.
This unit would not have advised that course of action. To avoid detection, agents are advised to take advantage of alternate routes, such as vents, maintenance hatches, and crawl spaces. Ursopods detected ahead. Mind the needles.
Looks like a fight!
That nobody intercepted my distress signal.
Oh, we got his signal all right. Let's get them.
Wasn't a person alive who could best the matriarch Ursopod. Yet, here you are. What a show!
You the doctor in charge here?
Indeed I am, soldier. And my, what a picture you are! What exquisite graft work. Might I trouble you for an examination?
So you're the one who butchered my friend, Ortiz. The one who tortured those creatures out there. Who killed that soldier.
What's going on? I don't know any Ortiz, I swear it. I'm just a doc. Records? I don't know of any such... Oh, bother. Fine, yes, I did complete a procedure on one Trooper Ortiz, along with 2 others. He eagerly offered himself up for this project's first human trials. Rather hasty in hindsight.
I know what you're thinking. Yes, the grafting program was officially shuttered 6 months ago. That was not a lie. But I thought it a shame, and it seems I wasn't alone in that. I was recruited for this unofficial venture soon after. What you have to understand is that being a regular soldier does not pay dividends, but being the ultimate frontline fighter does. They understood this. Unfortunately, understanding can only go so far, as each of their bodies rejected the graft. But I got exceptional data out of it.
Enough with the excuses. You absolute wretch. Any scientist with any shred of decency would have refused your position. Your precious data is nothing compared to those you killed.
I sympathize with your friend, soldier. Truly, I do. But if I mourned every failure within these walls, I might never operate again. You must understand that the work we do here is greater than any one life. We can change the galaxy for the better. If you require convincing that my experiments have led to many breakthroughs, witness me. My own lungs would have failed without my prototyping of a device to keep me alive.
That device any good at stopping a bullet?
Enough with the threats of violence. Listen here, if you choose to the suffering you've seen here will be nothing in comparison to this. It's been a long time coming, but I believe I've laid the groundwork for treating injury and illness far better than modern medicine can manage. We are on the precipice of regrowing limbs that have been lost in accidents, reversing brain trauma, nerve damage, mayhaps aging one day. It would be a boon to humanity, and a boon to Auntie's bottom line.
Don't even start, Commander. I ain't keen on anything this man sells.
Let's not be hasty. I see your graft is a result of revision surgery. Your first go was botched, and you were considered a failure of the program, yes? I know what happened to those failures. Demoted, disgraced. It was horrible business. And yet, you still wear our colors. You want to reclaim your station, don't you?
You don't know anything about what I want. I'm not sure I should. Whether I want to regain my position or not, does...
You think there were no victims of the first program? That your existence isn't built off the bones of those who came before? You're no more righteous than I... Now, if you stay your hand, I will grant you 2 state-of-the-art grafting parts. They cannot fail. You were never the broken thing they made you, soldier. If you...
No. Stop. Commander, I don't know what to do. I came here intending to make him pay for what he's... What if he's right? What if something in his work is worth saving? What if this is my chance to make something of my life? To be accepted again? I think you have the right of it. You felt that rage with me, Commander, back there in the lab with the soldier. Even now, we can see what could have been. I trust you more than anyone, I think. The fact you're of the same mind only bolsters my inclination. Now, I ain't condoning what happened here. I won't disrespect Ortiz. We can trust Doc Tinsley to set things right. One can only know goodness if they're led by example. We'd only be repeating the cycle. We would be complicit. Law knows the folk hurt by the war could use the help. It's your lucky day. You'll live. Pack up your things and head straight to Fair...
Thank you, soldier. Thank you. I won't forget this, I swear. I'll unlock the cases for you now, as promised.
Make no mistake, I ain't doing this for my own gain. If you say you can help other folk, let's get out of here.
I've lifted the lab out of lockdown. You are free to leave unhindered. I'll be off to Fairfield soon. There, the grafts are yours.
Is this the cub that Terminal mentioned? Still breathing, but only just. We were too late for the soldier back there. But not too late for this cub. We should help.
Administering this fast-acting stimulant to the cub should awaken it.
He's free, but without a mother, I can only wonder where he might go. Well, I hope he stands a chance.
Just gathering my belongings. I'll head to Fairfield post-haste.
You're cleared to enter. Go on in.
Enjoy your time in the garden.
I always find I work best when undistracted. Now, how might we... I scarcely take time to engage in idle conversation, specifically a phlogistinated firearm. Are you deriding me, or do you honestly believe that? But that's not your point, I understand. I wish I had more time to... I have nothing but respect for Ruth. If I had to dig for... I generally prefer to keep...
Your admittance to the Chamber of Conflict Evaluation and Strategic Planning may come at a later date, as determined by the Office of...
If my younger self could see me now.
Have an update about that. Personal. Back at Winter's Grasp, I found someone was continuing Anais. I wholly agree. I had Val set the location on... Inquire away. I may, more than anyone alive, I suppose. Not that I... In our time at the Department of Preemptive Causal Reader... She needn't have worried, though. I have recently come to... In a typically roundabout fashion, more or less. I mean, of course, I know... May the plan...
Give Auntie 2 bits, and she'll give
seeing any of these protectorate types ever run a scam on each other.
Weird, ain't it? Whenever you curse your tough luck, just remember, at least a relay station is already in town.
Inez, have you come back for a tune-up? I've got...
No, yeah, a tune-up sounds good. I actually brought a few other grafting parts with me, if you reckon my arm can handle a stitch or two.
Oh, these are pristine indeed. Is this of an ursopod? My, I haven't seen one of those in many years. Oh, and a mantis swarm hive.
Yeah, since Doc's given her blessing, which do you reckon I go with? The ursopod's mucus gland could absorb some incoming damage, if you don't mind getting a little sticky. The mantis swarm hive, however, would be best for crowd control. Say the word, and I'll sick these little guys on any enemy in our vicinity. I'm intrigued by either option, really. Hive it is. Just refrain from any buzzing jokes.
Oh, the mantis swarm is a wonderful choice. There. I dare say you won't be needing any tune-ups in the near future. But I do trust you'll... By the by, where did you find these parts? What is it, dear? You look, well, a bit like you've been stung by a terror ray.
There's a grafting lab way out on Cloister that was still operational. Till recently. I found it.
Still operating? Inez, do you feel all right?
I know what I saw. They were brutalizing folk and creatures, paying them no mind, giving them no honor, even if they succumb to the process. The doctor there, he killed...
Inez, I swear I didn't. That sounds... Oh, Sovereign's...
The creatures they were experimenting on broke out of their cages. I found the doctor in charge, still alive. We spoke briefly. But this ain't the extent of it, I fear.
Oh, Inez, I know you do. But with the program officially shuttered, it would be awfully... Yes, that does shed light on a correspondence I received recently. A vice president sent a message. I found the secrecy odd at the time, but I do suppose it lines up with your discovery. His name is Willard Conan, VP of Experimental Operation. He's... Oh, I know that.
I just mean to have a little chat. I will be asking Willard to reform the grafting program. You heard from Dr. Rasmussen, right? I spared him and his research for this purpose. If there's good to be had from the program, then Willard needs to
You honor me. I did receive a message from a Rasmussen, yes. He is on his way with research to hand over. It would bring purpose back into my work. All of Fairfield knows is I will help you. Vice President Conan's office is aboard the undisputed claim, but it's my understanding that you will need to present the... Inez, what you are doing...
Thank you, Doc. Now, you get those grafting tools ready. We got the intel we need, Commander. If we find this Willard and convince him to use this grafting research for folks' betterment, well then...